Hey guys, we are back with another Brushna breakdown where we break down the Brushna editor. And if you don't know, welcome. Hi, I'm Lindsay. We are a no-code, brushna.io is a no-code game making platform that empowers a non-tech, non-gamer audience to create games with no code at no cost at lightning speed. So it is easy, it is free, it is fun to use, and it's really fast. Love it. So today, we are going to be working on a brand new template. So we have 23 now different game templates, and that just means different types of games. So this is like here we've got Run a Rave, which is like a Super Mario kind of game. Rev and Ride is kind of a racing game, or it's a driving game. Corner cuts, you're just hitting kind of a button to try and keep yourself on a platform as your avatar moves. These are all different types of games that you guys can customize. And now we have a new one out, and it is called Tap Temple. And I'm really excited about it because essentially this is one of those games that you tap, 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 so that the thing goes up. And then as you release, the thing flies back down, and you're going around and you're trying to actually gather things. So I'm going to go ahead and just click Create right here. And we're going to pop into our Brushna editor. And just to take a second, first we have two main panels. So on the left side we have kind of our visual audio panel, and that lets us change out the avatar, it lets us change our background, our collectibles, this is what they're going to be actually collecting or not collecting as non-collectibles. All of those things are chosen on this side, as well as the music here. So everything is audio visual on this side. On the right side, we have more of our verbal sort of menu. So that's got our description and our game title, but also it's going to help us fill in like introductions, questions, and closing answers, right? If we take a quick look at what we've got available just from the get-go, you can see first thing that we have like an introduction. That introduction will just tell the player what they're doing or give some information. We're going to go through today, we're going to make an enterprise game, we're going to make an educational game, and we're going to make a social impact game all at once. Or not all at once. We're just going to show you how to use this to create all three types. So this will tell them kind of what this is and give a little bit of information depending on what type of thing that you're making, of game that you're making. The question tells exactly what they are gathering, which is honeycombs, beehives, and flowers in this particular case. And then here I gave a lot of information about what bees are. So they're the only insect that produce food eaten by humans, and then gave some information about honey and blah, blah, blah. And then you can see those collectibles are all getting honeycombs, beehives, and flowers, and then they're avoiding this poison, right? So you can go in right now and you can just click publish right here and play this game all on your own. And just boom, you've got that game made. You can edit it as much as you want, and you've got your very own bee game, right? But we're going to change some things. So the very first game that we're going to make is a game basically for Brushna, right? So Brushna has a bunch of different products. We have a bunch of different like strengths to us, right? We've got a bunch of different stuff. So first and foremost, I'm going to choose my little selection thing, and I really like this plane guy right here. So I'm going to select the plane, and this is our avatar. This is what's going to go up and down as we go forward. Then I'm going to select a background, and I'm going to select a background that's fairly dark because I have specific collectibles in mind. So before I even get to the background, let me just hop over so that I can see my collectibles and remind myself what this is going to look like. So my collectibles here, I can either go into all of our Bold Squad uploads. We've got food, gems, stationery. You can see we have a whole bunch of different things. I'm sorry, this is the default uploads. Bold Squad uploads all the way at the bottom are things that you and I have uploaded. So when we upload our own assets, you can see that they actually come in here and other people can actually use them for their own games. Super cool. So as I come back up, I'm going to go into my collectibles. If I upload a collectible right here, which is totally possible, follow these instructions, add your file, and then a title tag and privacy setting, which I will actually show you because we're going to upload something in a little bit. You can see them here. So now I'm going to hit view more, and I'm going to see my collectibles. So these right here, lightning fast, super simple, totally free, no code. Brushnaverse, Brushna Blitz, Brushna.io, it's a tongue twister, and then EdTech, Web3, and AI, right? So these are all aspects of brush.ninja, and I'm going to have these be our collectibles. Now these are going to show up against this background. Now you can kind of see immediately this might not be the best background. That's why I kind of want a dark background for this. So I'm going to click lightning fast, and you'll see it pop up under collectibles right here. I'm going to add super simple, totally free, and no code, and this is going to be like the aspects of brush.ninja, right? We are very fast, it's easy to use, it's free, and it requires no code, right? So those are going to be the things that we are collecting. Now you can see that the default collectibles did not go away, and that's okay. We're just going to click the little X button right here, and those will all go away. So now I only have my brush.ninja collectibles left. Then I can come back over to non-collectibles, and I'm going to end up using some trash here. And we are going to avoid the trash. Oh, you know what would be cute? Actually, let's go ahead and grab, okay, we're going to add some birds. So right now, okay, so let me actually explain what I'm doing as we go forward here. So I've just flipped over to Canva because this is how I make most of my collectibles. I go to Canva. And then I know that my collectibles have to be 256 by 256 pixels. That's going to be the ideal size for my collectible. So I'm going to go ahead and click custom size and then just click 256 by 256. Now what I know about on the brush.ninja editor is we do have birds. But all of the birds, that's what I thought, are sitting, right? Now, as I'm flying around, I want the birds to be flying around as well. So we're actually going to come in and we're going to have some flying birds. That way I can have something that looks a little bit more like it should be in the game. So as they're flying, maybe we have this one. This one's very cute. And we're going to keep them light as well, right? My collectibles are fairly light. So I'm going to end up wanting a light background. And I think we're going to grab this one. This one's very cute. I actually think we have almost a version of this as an avatar. And then that one is also adorable. Okay, we can stick with these three. 1, 2, 3. We're just going to make these as big as we can. And then I'm going to download all 3 of these with a transparent background, just like that. And now you do have to have the pro account for Canva to do, hang on, let me go into my collectibles, birds. And we're gonna extract these just to give me 2 seconds. Oh, how cute is this? Extract. Okay. And we're bringing it back over. Okay, so we're non-collectibles. So, you do have to have the pro account in order to cut out your background, but there's a lot of things that you can use out there that are free that you can cut backgrounds out of different images, right? So let me go ahead and before I get into this, we're uploading our non-collectibles. I'm just adding a file, and now I'm going to go and grab those birds here. We've got one. This very cute bird, and so the idea is that we're not going to hit the birds with our planes. Seems like a good idea, right? So bird, fly, animal, stuff like that. Oh, here, hang on. After every tag, so tags are going to allow you or yourself to actually, so you or others, yourself or others, to actually search for the collectibles and non-collectibles, avatars, backgrounds, etc. that you've uploaded. So now you can actually set these as private. If I decide to hit this and go private, I can set them so that nobody else can use them and nobody else can see them. I'm still going to want to put tags because if you have enough collectibles and non-collectibles that it starts to get like, you start to get a lot of them, you're going to want to be able to search through and see like, have I uploaded any birds? Then you can search through. I have quite a few things, and to search through everything every time is really, really monotonous, right? It takes up time that I really don't need to be spending. So I end up tagging all sorts of things. Fly, flight, animal, I don't know, maybe feather, something like that, right? So now every time I do that, I'm going to click enter because I can type all I want, but if I click out of it and I don't click enter, it's going to go away. So I'm going to click enter and it's going to turn pink, and that's how you know that it's actually applied. I am going to leave this as public though, because I think these are going to be really cute avatars or collectibles. And by the way, you can upload things as collectibles or non-collectibles. Bird, flight, fly. Actually, let's do birds. What else did I put? Animal, feather, wings. I think I missed that one last time. Upload. And it doesn't matter if you do upload it as a non-collectible or as a collectible. It will be selectable either way. So if you want to be going around and collecting birds, cool. Now these are available for you to do. All you got to do is search bird. And we'll do birds from the get-go. Flight, fly, animal, wings. And we can go ahead and upload these. So now we're going around in our plane. We're collecting the things that are strengths of Breshna, and then we are going to get rid of that little poison thing. We're going to add assets, and I'm going to go all the way down, and here you can see I will search bird, and boom, these all pop up now. So now I can go and click all the ones that fly and have those as my non-collectibles. Cool. So here you can see I can choose how much damage I want done. So let's say, I don't know, maybe one of these birds is like an endangered bird. So every time you hit that, that's now 100 points of damage versus the other ones are just normal birds and those are okay to hit. I don't know that that's where we want to go with this, so all of this is equal, okay? So you could also do the same thing for collectibles if you'd like. So if you want something like you have lightning fast is like the best, or maybe even we'll go like this, we'll add our logo, which is right here, and every time we get a logo, that's 100 points because logos are awesome, right? So that's where we've gone with it. Oops, we'll make sure that this is 100 still. Make sure you click out of that because you can roller it kind of up and down. So if you want to make sure that it stays, just make sure it stays right there. Okay, so now we are on that left side, right? That kind of kicks us over here. Every time we add something, right, I've added this avatar, it actually shows up on the left side, or on the right side, sorry, saying the wrong side, the right side. But anytime that you click that thing, it will bring you back over. If you want to adjust it and select it, it will bring you back over to the left side, which is that audio. Oh, audio as well. We have to click our audio. So music, adding music. This is really cool, you guys. You can add music, you can add, obviously you can upload your own for anything, but you can add your own music. So let's say that you are doing you're doing a music drop and you want people to be collecting like the different, what are they called, album covers and going around while the new song is playing. Like that's a really cool way for you to use this as a musician. If you want, you can just search for, or you can look through any of these that we have available for you. You can push the little purple triangle button to get a little sampling of it, and then if you like it, you can click the pink plus button. Sometimes that just, for some reason, the pink plus button gets me a little bit. It's like a tongue twister for me. You can click the pink plus button and it'll turn into a check, and then that's how you know it's been applied. If you scroll all the way down, I'm not sure we'll have any in here. Oh, we do. So we've got Bolt Squad uploads. These are uploads that you and I have uploaded exactly the same as our avatars or backgrounds, etc. But all of these are very cool musics that you guys have all uploaded, which is pretty neat. So now I'm going to click out, and yes, that does mean as a musician, if you wanted, you could have other people creating games with your music, right? We're getting there. Okay, so now we've got our collectibles, we've got our non-collectibles. I've chosen my avatar. I'm going to switch out my background now because we want it to be nice and dark. So let's see what we have available here. We're gonna go through, oh, this is not bad against these. Let's see, this might actually work just by itself. We're gonna just grab this one and see if that'll work, because this is actually one of my favorite backgrounds. I think it's really pretty. So we're going to grab that background. We'll see if all of these collectibles work on top of it. Now, let's get into explaining what's going on. So my introduction, this is going to tell them about stuff. So I would actually here give a little bit more than what I've given. So I would say something like Breshna is Brush.ninja is a no-code game maker, empowering a non-tech audience to create games with no code at no cost. I'm going to pull this away from the mic just a little bit. Empowering a non-tech audience to create games with no code at no cost. So I'm going to pull this away from the mic just a little bit. Okay, so now we've got our collectibles. We've got our non-collectibles. So I would actually here give a little bit more than what I've given. So I would say something like Breshna is a no-code game maker, empowering a non-tech audience to create games with no code at no cost. I'm going to pull this away from the mic just a little bit. and at lightning speed. Fly around collecting the different Breshna strengths. Cool, so now we've got no code game maker, empowering a non-tech audience. Da, 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 da. You heard what I've just written. I'm not going to repeat it just for time's sake. And we're going to be collecting the different Breshna strengths, right? No code, totally free, super simple, lightning fast, all sorts of good stuff. Here, I'm going to reiterate very simply what we're doing from the introduction, because that is actually going to show up on the screen. And so if I have too much, it's going to get really busy, or it's going to get really small. So I want to make sure that I have it big enough that they can read it while they're doing stuff. We don't want it to be nice and we don't want it to be too busy. So we're just going to say gather Breshna strengths. And actually, let me in the introduction say, watch out, there are birds. Let's just say don't hit the birds. Don't the birds on your journey. We're gonna to empowering the next 100 million people to tell their stories through video games. Because if you have not heard, that is our mission. And we're getting there, you guys. We are getting there. 100 million people tell their stories through video games. Okay, we're gathering Breshna strengths. And then here we would say something like, right, we would say, did you know you can create games with no code on brush.ninja in minutes? Just head to the website and click create to get started. Ta-da! And then I would obviously brush.ninja. Put that at the bottom. I really like putting the website down at the bottom, like just completely separate and alone, because it ends up drawing your eye to it, and you want to make sure that they can read the whole thing very simply, right? This is not linked in here. They cannot copy it, so you need to make sure that they can read it and say, okay, brush.io, I understand that. That's going to go into the URL, and I'm just going to type that in, and I'm going to be able to go there, right? So if it's like brush.io /game / we're not going to want to do that. We're not going to want to put that in there. We're just going to figure out how to lead them to the simplest aspect. Of course, you don't need to have it be a call to action like that. You could just have it be, Brush is amazing. We have 175,000 registered game makers and all sorts of cool wins. Also, the Brushniverse is coming out. Actually, maybe we would use this here. We've got testers in the Brushniverse right now, which you can see. This is one of our carnival stands. You guys are going to see it. It's coming out so soon. We've got our testers in there right now, and they're doing a great job. I'm very, very, very excited for it. Anyway, we're back. Finally, this completion score. The completion score is what the player needs to hit in order to win and end the level. So the second they hit this completion score, the level ends. And if they don't hit it, they will just continue to go until eventually they do or they die. Either way. So the completion score on this one, you can make this be whatever you want it to be. So on some of the other ones, for example, are trails and turns, which is the one where you go around collecting things, and then each time you collect something, your avatar adds another kind of chain to it. So you want to avoid running into your own tail. That one can get a little bit complicated because the more that you have, the longer the tail is and the harder it is. This one is really cool in that you can have them just go forever and just have them continue to go, and it doesn't like mess with the gameplay, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but there you go. All right, so we have done our intro, our question, and our closing answer. Now we're going to come into our game info, and we're going to say fly through brush.ninja. And now here I'm going to put in a bunch of tags. So I'm going to put in enterprise. I'm going to put in Breshna. We'll put in business strengths. stuff like that, right? These are going to be tags that allow other people to search for your game and play your game. And so whatever kind of thing that you want attached to it, you can do that. Like maybe I would do no code, game maker, stuff like that. So if people searched for that, they would find my game. Then I'm going to put this into a category, which is going to be enterprise, since it is for a business. And these categories, once again, will just help people to search for your games. So basically, you'll be able to go into any one of these categories, and then like if somebody goes into enterprise games, they're more likely to come across this game of yours, right? Collect player email is very cool. You can actually generate leads, which is not a bad idea when you're doing an enterprise game. So you can capture the player email before they actually play the game. They just have to type in name and email, and that's it. They don't have to create an account or anything like that. They just type in their email, and then you will actually get that in your analytics. So you can actually go to your profile. There's detailed analytics right here. I'm not going to click it because I haven't clicked save yet, so we're not going to like get rid of all our... Here, let me just go like this, so I don't accidentally mess myself up and lose all of our work so far. Okay, so so you can go ahead and you'll go into your profile and you'll be able to actually find that, and then you could potentially follow up with anybody because you've got their email. The description, I am actually going to put a very similar description to what we have in our introduction right here. And I do that a lot when we have one level. I almost have, oh, is this too much? This is going to be too much. Hang on. Let me just grab a no cookie maker, powering a non-tech audience, and here. Actually, wait, this might be too long just because of that. Don't hit the birds. We'll just go like this. Let's see if this can fit. Because I believe this one is 300 characters. Boom! Don't hit the birds. Okay, watch out. Okay, so now this description, okay, so coming back. The description is for what people will click before they go into the game. There's a little about section, and that's what this will show, is your description. This, I like to often put the same thing as the introduction if it's just a one-level game, because it's kind of describing what that game is, right? What the level is. If there's multiple levels, and especially if those levels are multiple things, like for example, if I did another level that was about our different products, I would definitely, adjust this. Maybe I would just say brush on things. This is actually not bad for a general description as well, but it's something to keep in mind. Just being aware, I often end up making sure that I either describe the single level or the full thing. Just make sure you really think about that. Okay, so now we're set. We're going to update this, we're going to publish it, and we're going to go ahead and play and see what this looks like. So we'll see if this background does our collectibles any justice. We've got our email ID, so I'm going to put... And for me, it's going to say welcome back, Jack, because it knows that email. It knows that that is attached to the name Jack. And so it says, yeah, welcome back, Jack. If I typed in a different email, it would ask me to put my name. So now we're flying through brush.io. About this is that point where we have brush.io is a no-code game maker, empowering a non-tech audience to create games with no code at no cost and at lightning speed. Fly around collecting the different brushna strengths. Watch out, don't hit the birds, which is the exact same as this, except for we've added don't hit the birds on your journey to empowering the next 100 million people to tell their stories through video games, right? So that level intro will always be seen by the player. The about section does not necessarily need to be, right? They may or may not go into the about section. Most of the time when I'm playing a game, I don't actually, because I get really excited and I just want to play the game. So that intro is a really good thing for you to have to make sure that people are seeing what you need. So now you're going to tap to start with your mouse, and then you're going to either tap this guy right here, or you're going to hit the space bar, either way. So we're going to tap and we're going to keep ourselves going, but we don't want to hit the birds. Oh no, I hit the bird. Oh dear. These birds are really big. Lightning fast. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. And then we've got, boom, 100. That's right. I should probably raise up this, I can't speak. The thingy right here. completion score. Thank you. Now that my brain did not have to be pushing the space bar, completion score came to me. The completion score, because we put Brush.ninja logo as 100, the completion score being only 150 makes this game pretty quick. So I would maybe either take the Brush.ninja, let's either go back here. Let's either take, or maybe we do both. Maybe we take this down to be 50. Oops. And then we maybe even still make this 200. And we can update that and publish it. And then here, of course, we're going back just to the closing. This is that. Did you know you can create games with no code on brush.io in minutes? Just head to the website and click create to get started, brush.io. And then we would be able to go back and do it again. So let's see. Now, this time we're going to see a different completion score and etc. So if I decided to do Jack-o'-leafish, it would ask me a different name, right? So then I would say Jackal. I don't know. There you go. It does, obviously, people can just put random things. They don't necessarily have to put their name, but such is life. And then we've got this amazing intro once again, and you can see exactly like I just did. Some people don't click the about. And so just make sure anything that is in the about is optional, or if you're doing something, that was so hard. Or if you're doing something educational, like let's go ahead and switch over, right? Let's go switch over to an educational version. So we're gonna come all the way back down to the bottom, click create, and we're back into our generic. I'm gonna leave the bumblebee because I think he's really cute. We're going to also leave the background because it's very cute. But now we're going to switch over to collectibles that are vowels. So we need education. There we go, is right here. I'm gonna go ahead and click all of the vowels for our collectibles. We've got A, E, we've got I, O, and do we have a U? We have U. A, E, I, O, and U. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of all of the B things. And then we're going to add a bunch of assets that are consonants. F, G, H, Q. That's probably fine. L. Sure. So now we've got vowels versus consonants, and we're here. So I was in the middle of a point, and that was why we were switching over specifically. But we'll just continue forward. So the idea before was that we were teaching them about Brush.ninja, right? Now we are going to be teaching them about vowels. So here I'm going to say something along the lines of fly, or even what I actually really like doing, and I'm not going to do it just now, but is giving your bee like a character name and saying help so-and-so fly through, right? So if we said, okay, we're going to do it now, I guess. Bumble, fly, help. Bumble the bee, fly through the meadow, and collect. Actually, we can say it. This is cute. Learn his vowels. Fly through the meadow, collecting vowels, and avoiding consonants. And then here we would say collect vowels, and then here we might put something maybe about vowels specifically, like, you know what, let's do this together too. One of the things I love doing is going to chat and asking for a bunch of just like Snapple cat facts, right? Just random fun facts. About vowels. So there's the 5 core vowels, obviously we know that, and actually why don't we even add this to our intro? We're going to create this together. Okay. And avoiding consonants, depending on its usage, here we will add, ooh, do we have Y? I didn't check on Y. We do, and sometimes Y. Depending on its usage. Okay. Infinite articles. Every syllable, let's do this one. And so we can do a little cute, like, did you know? Which I think I have here, yep. Every syllable and every word must have at least one vowel. The rule is that the vowels give a crucial role. The rule is what gives vowels a crucial role in the pronunciation and structure of words, which is very cool. Okay, so now we've got our vowels. We've got, and actually, sometimes Y. Why don't we make the sometimes Y be our little bonus? We'll give 25 for Y. Because why not? Oh, that was embarrassing, guys. Okay, so we're collecting vowels. We're collecting vowels, and then I think 150 is fine if we're keeping that at 25. That's totally fine. Did you know? Every syllable and every word. We've got a cute little closing, and we're good here. So now we're going to say, how well do you know your English vowels? It's going to want me to make this a capital. Yes. Fly with Bumble the bee to learn your vowels and collect, and we'll just see what, and learn your vowels. And then the cool thing with this as well is you can use this as a spot to say, like, oh, if you need help, go to so-and-so. So if you need help, ask Miss B, right? You could say, ask Miss B, like, so this is a very basic, right? This might be something that we have preschoolers or someone playing in preschool. So ask Miss B is a great thing to have them go, or raise your hand, ask Miss B, right? You could also have something like, if this is something online where you have an online resource available, like, hey, go to the homework website and look into our, I don't know, this folder, right? I don't use homework websites, so I'm not quite sure how they're structured, but I do know that they're used quite a lot. And so if you need help, go to this place in the homework website. Lots of good things like that. So this, we're going to say vowel fun. Let's say, give me a bunch of name ideas for a game, gathering vowels. Vowel venture immediately. So cute. Vowel venture works. Alright, so Bumble the bee is collecting those vowels. Let's make sure that this intro makes sense, right? Because I did huck that little bit of copy paste in there and I didn't read it all the way through. So let's make sure that that sounds grammatically correct. And we've got our about, how well do you know your English vowels? Fly with Bumble the bee to learn your vowels. If you need help, ask Miss B. And of course, you can give more information. You can give a website. Again, make sure that it is easy. And here's our intro. Help Bumble the bee learn his vowels. Fly through the meadow collecting vowels and avoiding consonants in English. The 5 core vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. Sometimes Y is also considered a vowel depending on its usage in different words. I think that works. So we're going to go ahead and click play. And now we are going to, you guys, I have a hair somewhere on my face. I can't find it. I know you've been seeing me do this whole time. It's really funny. Okay, now we're going to tap and we're going to collect. That's an H. So we're staying up a bit. And that's a G. Oh dear. Yay, we've got E. Click. Oh, I didn't add a song to this. Let's see if we can go under the F. Under is a lot harder. I. See, this is one of those things, though, that you always want to play your games, right? Because I am finding, depending on what audience this is for, if this is for really young kids, I don't know how long I actually want to make them do this. Again, just depends on you and your goals. But this takes quite a lot of coordination to get all the way to the end, right? This is also one of the really cool things about games, and like teaching education through games, is oh! Excuse me. So sorry, you guys. Sorry. Okay, that didn't just happen. And I completely forgot what my point was because of that. What was I doing? Oh, because you have to have some sort of hand-eye coordination, right? Like me just now trying to speak and click the button at the same time is very difficult. If I continued to work on it, I could not only be recognizing the vowels that are coming up versus the consonants and be clicking appropriately to keep me up and down and speaking at the same time, right? So as kids, you're really trying to engage them in so many different ways that they're just like they're overwhelmed with knowledge in such a good way, right? And then that way it's not just one thing, right? If it's one thing and you're just telling it to them over and over and over again, it can get kind of complicated, or it can get overwhelming. But if you've got all of these different ways that it's coming in, I suppose overwhelming is not the word. It's just fully expansive, I guess. It fully gives you that range of ways that your brains can take it in, right? And we all don't learn in the same way either. I'm very visual, and I have to do. Some people are audio, like audio. I'm not sure how you would phrase that as far as listening goes, but they need to hear it a couple of times, right? Most people are a mix. Anyway, back to game making. But so this is one of the really cool things about this. So we can really use that to like hand-eye coordination and trying to recognize and learn and choose, problem solve, all of the things at the same time. It's really fun. Okay, so we are at 11:40. I am going to do one more game. We typically wrap up right about this time, but I am going to do one more game because I think it's going to be really cute. And also, I prepared a background that I want to show off. So this is our amazing little bumblebee vowel consonant game. We're gonna go for one more, guys, and I promise I will not talk that much. So, so I'm here. I've got my avatar. This I'm pretty sure is supposed to be a ball, but when I saw this, I'm like, that looks like a weird planet to me, or like something that would be flying through space. I think it's a ball because I think that is a ball. So I think that they're supposed to be the same, but that's okay. We're gonna do space theme. So I've uploaded my own background here, and we're coming all the way down. It looks like this. So now we've got kind of a space item, a space ball, going across a space background. And what we're going to be doing here is we are going to be adding here in my collectibles. Wait a minute, I missed them. Good. So now I have here a bunch of terrestrial planets. So we're going to be collecting terrestrial planets, and then we're going to upload really fast a bunch of other planets that are not terrestrial that we're going to be avoiding. So I'm going to hit Earth and Mars and Mercury and Venus, and I might even just huck those in again so that there are 8 of those. We're going to get out of these, and then we're going to go to non-collectibles, and I'm going to upload some. So here I am grabbing my collectibles for space, and we've got Jupiter, and then I'm actually gonna do this like this just for time's sake. Space, world, planet, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, and we're just gonna go like that. So the nice thing about uploading things like this is you can actually do all of it in one tag, because it doesn't need to be that exact tag. It can be a portion of that tag. So if somebody just hit space, they would still be able to get any of the things that popped up. And so when I am in a little bit of a rush, or I have a lot of things that I really want to get uploaded, I do actually end up sort of going like that, just because it's just as effective. It's just as effective. And sorry, that little shock got me. And it saves time. That's where I was going. It's just as effective, and it saves time. So some of these are planets, and some of these are actually moons. Io, Europa, Titan, these are all moons. I don't have that in here. Europa, moon. cute Titan is. He's so cute. Okay, so now we've got all of these guys uploaded. So now I'm coming down. I'm going to get rid of that poison. And we are coming in to all the way at the bottom. We've got Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, Io, Europa, Titan. All of these guys are not what we want. Oh, I've already got Jupiter in here. Let's actually get rid of her. Goodbye, lady. All right. So now we've got all of these things. I'm going to say terrestrial planets are like our Earth. They're small with small rocky bodies with clear what's the word I was looking for? Clearly defined atmospheres, but I guess edges. We'll use atmospheres. Fly through space fly through space collecting terrestrial planet. Terrestrial planets. There we go. Collect planets. And then for now, you know, you could go into, of course, we know that we could go into all sorts of amazing things about planets. But for right now, just for time's sake, we are going to go fairly quickly, and we'll just have this be our closing answer. Amazing things about planets. Okay. So now we've got all of our terrestrial planets up here. We've got all of the other planets. We've got our gas giants and our ice giants, and then moons are over there. And then we're going to go ahead and publish. I also did not add a description. Oops, did not mean to do that. But again, I will do that after this, just so that we can get through for time's sake. Get rid of that. Okay. And now we're going to come in. Terrestrial planets are like our Earth. Small rocky bodies, clearly defined atmospheres. There's a different word that I'm going to look for. And then we're going to fly through space collecting them. So now we've got our little ball guy. Again, not sure who he is. He actually looks like Titan if I'm going by the collectibles that I've uploaded. Kind of looks like Titan. Okay, so now we're going to press here to start. And we've got Earth, Venus, Mars. Look how cute this is. Oh my goodness. Above Jupiter. Yay, okay. These all actually look really nice against this background too. I like it. Europa is such a cranky moon. Ah, see? It looks like Titan. We're going above Saturn, Io. And the other thing, so all of these are custom uploads. Obviously, they were in my thing. Oh no, did I hit the bottom? I hit the bottom. Oh, amazing things about planets. Yay. But one of the nice things that you might want to consider as you upload your own avatars, I could theoretically just put avatars, assets, whatever. Typically collectibles is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about things with text. This could totally be just the normal little planet, right? I could have them going through with normal little planets. I have tried to make them look fairly similar to what the actual planets look like, so theoretically we could have them do that, right? Jupiter even has like the red spot on it. Saturn has its rings, right? All that good stuff. It's not going to be perfect because it's not always perfect. I couldn't find that were perfect. But what's really nice is when you go to see these things, immediately your brain goes to read it, right? I see the Earth guy and I read Earth. So when you have little minds that are collecting and they're going, okay, collect Mars, yep, Mars is right there, Mars, oh, Earth, da da da, right? You're collecting the planets and you're not just collecting the green and blue planet and the red planet and the yellow planet. You're actually collecting the planet, and that little bit of like, oh, I know the name of it is now going to come in because you have that there. And that's one of the reasons that I really love adding text to uploaded collectibles. And yeah, so that is Tap and Tumble. It is an amazing new template. I am so excited that we have it. I know we've got another couple ones that are coming up fairly soon. So if you are interested in having us make you a game live here on YouTube, and let us know. You can feel free to comment below or hit us up. You are welcome also to come all the way to the bottom of our brush.io homepage, where you can find our email, which is info@gamingfordev.com. You can shoot us off any questions that you have, or you can book a live demo session with our team just by hitting book now. It is 30 minutes. It's totally free. You are welcome to just book, and we will help you get started or brainstorm your first creation or whatever you want to do. You can also start a conversation here by filling in this little thing here at the bottom, and we're happy to get back to you. We will get back to you as soon as possible and answer any and all of questions that you may have. So thank you guys so very much for hanging out with me this awesome Thursday. We will be back next Thursday for another Brush Breakdown, and